Today we're going to go out to beautiful Lake D'Arbonne in Farmville, Louisiana. Great fishery. If you had never checked it out or had never tried it, you need to. It's a great spawning lake for white perch. It's just a good lake for white perch, period. We're going to go out and try to catch some in the shallows, see if they moved in on the trees and in the flats, and see what we can do with them. It's pretty. That water's just as glassy. The big ladies are trying to come in. And guys have got their tuxedos on, trying to take them to the big dance. And we're trying to catch them. Sometimes that's not always the fact. Just one of the things God gave us that can really get that adrenaline flowing, if you know what I mean. If you're a hunter especially, then you can relate to being a crappie fisherman, because it's just something about that thump. When it thumps, oh, it just sets your heart on fire. All right. Here we go, black and chartreuse. One of my favorites on the trees, along with, if I'm gonna use a hair, I like the 120R, but you know, this morning we're gonna start out with that black and chartreuse. Hopefully they'll bang it. What was that Maverick did when we were down in the Gulf looking for dolphins? We couldn't find any.
You're a dolphin.
Yeah. You're a dolphin, you're a dolphin. Well, you're fishy, you're fishy. Whop. Boy, look at that tuxedo. That's what we're after. Well, you know, Craig, this area in here used to be, I can tell you 20 years ago, I'd come in here and catch a fish off of every tree in here. The pressure just seems to be greater nowadays than it was. We hit probably, half a dozen trees before we popped this one right here. But you know what? Hey, it's the fun of the sport, looking for them. You know, Craig, another thing about these trees too, it's the water. If you look at the water, how murky it is. And that's really good for us because it kind of shadows us. But on normal days on D'Arbonne, this water is so clear that, it's just hard to see, hard to catch the fish. The fish can see you. That's why you occasionally see me break out my 14-foot pole, so you can sneak in there and ambush them. Wow. Wow. Let's see if I can get to this thing right here. Lifting them things is sometimes is okay. Come on in here, fish. But sometimes when they get a little heavier, black and chartreuse. I don't know if you noticed, when I came around that tree. That particular time, right before this fish hit, I just stopped and just let it sit there. Sometimes you gotta aggravate them. Several ways to aggravate them is to grab, I always have my line on my pole, and one way to aggravate them is just take your fingers and just kind of flick that line like that. I don't know what it does to them, but they don't like it. Maybe you could take and roll that line in your fingers. What that does is turns your bait. It's just a little trivia there. Let's let that alone. Let's see if we can find some more. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on in here, fish. Ooh, look how black that rascal is. Wow, he didn't like that jig. He wanted to get rid of it. You know, when you're undoing your fish, and that sucker's so far down in his mouth like this, you need to be real careful taking that hook out of there. But I'm gonna tell you, with that bow and that line, look at that, bam. I was doing that a couple of weeks ago, and right there on that thumb, I put that hook all the way in there, all the way up to the barb in there. Buddy with me, he said, you got a problem. I said, you're right. It's a hurting problem. And let me tell you, it hurts. You got to get it out of there. But I would suggest going to get you a tetanus shot. Wow. That one nailed it. Look at that rod bow, would you? Oh, would you look at that rod bow? Oops. Come on in here, fish. Get in the boat. Golly. Now, Craig, this right here, this is the life of our fish right here. Look at that big belly right there. That's the life of our fish. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn around and ease back over here toward it. And hopefully nobody will see this video till after she spawned. But it won't take too long. We're gonna put her back in there and let her try to capture and put us some more of these big old gals and guys for future generations. Isn't she pretty? Golly, she's pretty. You know, most of the time when you see that female come in there, that male done went and got her. Hopefully there'll be another one on that same tree, and I'm gonna let them alone. And maybe they'll spawn out today. Look here. Get on back over there where you belong. You know, Craig, that fish we just turned loose, this is the spring of the year. This makes it ultra easy to catch fish. But you know, if we go out here and we take them all, eventually we're gonna hurt them. Now, a lot of people will tell you they won't, but I know I've fished this area right in here for most of my life. Even as a child, when you were growing up, you fished in here. and you're bumping 40. Hate to tell you that, but anyway, what I'm saying is try to catch your fish, but try to put some back. You know, we learned that from bass fishermen. I hope we don't have to go through that same process, but there's still too many places for them to spawn. We'll never wipe them out, but hurt them, possibly. Look at some of our lakes around North Louisiana that used to be hot. I'm talking real hot. They still got fish, and they're still producing big fish. But hopefully, I'm not a biologist by any means. I'm just a guy that loves crappie fishing. So take a few and leave a few. Don't see me agitate them? There you are. That's what a little bit of that agitation will do, Craig. Man. Haha, look here what we got. We got another one of them big females. Ow. Man, she put that down in her throat. Remember what I told you? Either take your time and really probably a lot of time be better to get your line straightened out where it wouldn't be such a bow in that hook. But this time, sweet little lady. Whew, big old fat belly. Yeah. Hey, here we go. Wop. Look at that. Just look at that, would you? That rascal turned me every way but loose. Hey, look like a rookie up here. But you know what? That's part of it. If they wasn't smart, they wouldn't survive. Of course, if they were smart, they wouldn't hit this. Now look at that. There's my jig laying in the water. Hey, that's okay. I had never done this before. Ha 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 ha. Anybody that believes that, just meet me later. I got some land down there in that swamp down there in Florida I'd like to try to get rid of. Well, anyway, look at there. The old hook's bent up a little bit. I might wait and take care of that. Oops, I think we can. Ah, just right. And I just happen to have a
Hey, show your loop.
fresh new jig out. Let me get this on here. You know, when you're putting them things on, it's really not that hard unless you're nervous like I am. I'm really not that nervous, I'm just quick. My wife will disagree with that, but whatever. Anyway, you know, another important fact too when you're fishing, some of my videos I've showed this, but see that loop knot right there? And it really doesn't, it's like that string up there. Hey, a lot of people, that bothers them. Hey, if it does, if it bothers you, cut it off to where you want it. I have found that fishing treetops, sometimes that'll mess you up. Because that little thing sticking up like that sometimes will come up and peep, feel like a hit. A lot of people catching a lot of fish. Imaginary. Anyway, here we go. I'm back in business. There he is. Little female. Got them eggs in there. You know, I've talked to a lot of biologists in my years, and I don't know where I read it, but somewhere I read that it was a 6-month period from the time you start seeing these eggs. Mwah! Love you, baby. Till the time they drop them. You look at that water temperature up here, it's 58 degrees back here. You know, they say ideal spawning is mid-50s. I think, 57, 8, all the way up, of course, as the water warms up. But I don't know, I've often wondered that if you could maybe know something about when they spawn for sure. There's the water temperature. I know water temperature and daylight has a lot to do with it, but simply amazing. Man. Well, come on in here, fish. Whew, man. Where my pliers? Talking about a black one. Is that a black one or what? Hung him in his eyeball. Look at that. Look how black that rascal is. Look at that. That's black, isn't it? Wow. Huh. Look at that, Craig. Man, we could go home right now and be happy. Tell you what, I noticed when I was picking that reel up rod a while ago, one hit it. So I'm gonna come up in the water column a little bit. See if I can't pick a few of them off that way. Oh, golly, nice one, ain't it? Ow. Doggone. Doggone. Hey, now how about that baby? Huh? That is a pretty fish. Black, all painted up, got his black tuxedo on. He's ready to catch him some gals, isn't he? Okay, out here, right now I'm fishing probably 7, It's anywhere from 7 to 9 feet, just varies right in here. But right now I'm fishing probably about 6 foot deep, trying to hold in there, right on the edges, right on the bottom. There's a bunch of structure and logs, and that sort of thing out here that patterns and holds these fish before they head in there to spawn. Now don't get me wrong, they could spawn out here too. Fish, crappie can spawn in anywhere from, I've been told, from 7, 8 foot deep sometimes. Here we go. That mare wanted a little pink on it, didn't it? Whoa now. Whoa now. A little black and chartreuse. Whoa, don't get off it. Got a little pink on him. Yeah. Got that old tuxedo on. Ready to get in there and jerk some. There he went right there.
It's got a quick release, right?
That's what you call a quick release. That's what it was. All right, let's do it. We're gonna go to the eagle nest. All right, Craig, I think we're gonna pick up off this flat. If you want to fish trees on D'Arbonne, you got to run and gun some. I like to kind of mix it up a little bit. Here we go, crank it up. I'll tell you what too, you know, the fishing, crappie fishing used to be an old man sport, they called it. Of course, I started out at a very young age. I was fortunate when my wife's dad was a super crappie fisher, probably one of the best there ever was. And he taught me what I need to know, starting at an early age of 17. Of course, like all others, I transitioned into bass and brim, anything, any kind of fish, but my love and my passion for the last 50 plus years of my life, 60 plus years of my life, well, I'm going 70, whatever, but it's always been crappie. Crappie is something that nowadays you're seeing. You don't just see older guys, you see these younger guys, and that's what makes you feel good to know that our sport is coming on so strong with the younger guys that, hey, with the different circuits they got out there, if they want to, used to it was a bass tournament here and a bass tournament there. Now if they want a crappie fish, hey, and believe me, I know it's hard work, and you got to be a young man to do it, or you need to be a young man, or if you're not, you're gonna be a tired old man, because, but hey, you know, guys, keep it up. Hey, support our sport, keep it going, promote it all you can. Boy, we had a great time this morning. You're talking about fun, but to feel the thump on those shallow water trees and those white perch is just awesome. But you know what? Hey, we're on the move right now. The rain's picking up a little bit. We're gonna make a move up through here, maybe try to get out of the rain just a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Don't forget, this is just episode 1. We got episode 2 coming up. Catch you later. Crappie, that is.